back, everyone, to our Groundskeeper Chat series. I am your host, Meg Kruger, joined by my co-host, Mr. Christopher Bell.
Hello.
And we are coming live to you from Columbus, Ohio at the OTF conference. We are joined by the man who made it all happen, who made the whole series come to life, who gave us the green light to bring the show on the road. So I texted Ryan DeMay and I said, "Who's the person I have to harass?" I think that's literally the verbiage I used. I said, "Who do I have to harass to let me come record at the OTF show?" And you're like, "I'll make it happen. Let me talk to some folks." So Mr. Brian Hall with Sylvania Recreation is here joining us. So Brian, welcome.
Thank you very much. And it wasn't much harassment at all. It was pretty easy, just kind of share some contacts. And glad to have you guys here.
Yes, it's been wonderful for us so far, so we appreciate it.
I've been attending this conference for 26 years, I think, 26, 27, since I got in the industry, and it's phenomenal. I've been around a lot around the country, and this is one of the top.
I agree.
Attendance, the people that come, and so you picked a good one to attend.
I agree, and I can't remember whose chat was talking, and maybe it was with Chris Mason. He was just talking about all the folks in the industry, and I was like, I've got to be biased here, but maybe I'm not. But like, it really just does feel like there's something in the water in the Ohio Turfgrass folks, where it's like there's this bond or this want to support each other that's just so much stronger than, and it's evident everywhere, but it does just feel really, really crazy strong here in Ohio.
I'll share my personal experience. And when I got into the industry back in the late 90s, I had no education in turf. I was a Bachelor of Education.
Okay, yes.
But I love being outdoors, and kind of started my career working at the Metro Parks, and came here when I got hired in with Sylvania Recreation, and man, you hit the nail on the head. These guys and gals are like family. Mm-hmm. And I constantly credit my success. I find myself doing things like this, I had a talk this morning, and I've been asked to talk across the country, and I am just astounded that a little farm boy from Northwest Ohio that came into this conference as a first-timer just going, "I am going to drown," because I didn't know all this turf technology and turf terminologies, and I was fortunate to surround myself with, man, the Darren Dailies, the Matt Duncans, the James Lavities, the list is unstoppable. I can't thank everybody enough, and every time I come back, it is like a family reunion.
Definitely.
And there is a very tight bond here in Ohio, and we want to, as OTF, keep that going.
Definitely. And we had Ryan McGrath. Did I say it right?
McGrath, yep.
He kicked off the show for us, and he kind of gave us the landscape of what the last year has looked like, of, really transitioning this group to be something bigger and better and take it next level, and, what there is to look forward to. And from your perspective, really, what would be your year in review? What are you going to take from this last year and not only apply to working with this group, but also take back to Sylvania with you and hopefully make things better there as well?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. That's a tough one to answer right off. There's so much that has happened in the past year. But I think the biggest thing is everybody wants to strengthen what we already have.
Yep.
Not that it was in a bad spot, but we saw room for improvement in a lot of different areas. Mm-hmm. Ohio State, obviously, being the center of our Turfgrass research and education here in Ohio. We want to support them as we always have, but we want to add additional support to them, to their faculty, even up at ATI. even down to the grassroots with the high schools, but with the students and the scholarships. And we felt that we saw a new path where we could develop that in the future. And I'm speaking more financially and making that work. And the group that has raised their hand over the last year to push that forward has been phenomenal. I honestly, I'm not sure that we all knew it was going to be this much. I'll just say at work.
Yes, but Ryan and Pam said something similar.
I've talked to several other members that said that it is like a second job now. And we are, as the executive board, we are having weekly meetings, and then you have subcommittee meetings and committee meetings, and then you have just private texts or private conversations going on. And I bet you're looking at an additional 10 to 15 hours a week over the last 9 months at least, trying to put this thing together.
Yeah.
But we feel that that has brought the bond even tighter, and that's what we're looking for in the future, moving forward, and trying to get more people involved in strengthening OTF, whether you're lawn care, sports turf, golf, anybody that's in the industry, with educators, and again, down to the grassroots in my neck of the woods. I was an adjunct instructor at Owens Community College. They had a program there, and that has debunked or whatever that word is. And they, you hate to see that happen.
Yeah.
So we want to strengthen that and bring more visibility to our industry. I
Definitely.
think. So.
And before I ask you the next question, I might have you. Are you picking up on that little? Like, there's like a little tick from this headset. So I might have you jump on that one instead.
There you go.
Definitely. And I think that, keeping all of those things that we've learned from the last year, but going forward and all the excitement that there is to have about the next year. And Ryan teased a little bit about the executive director, Dr. Carr, and I hadn't really known anything about that before he mentioned it. So then I was trying to catch up, put the pieces together as he was talking about it. So what does that role really look like for OTF?
The executive director's position? Oh, my.
I'm really hitting you with the hard ones right out of the gate.
Yeah, Dr. Carr, I love the youth that he has, because he's got a ton of energy, not only on top of his role at the Ohio State University, trying to keep all of us in line is a challenge. But his primary role is to help guide us and manage some of the, and we've got some subcontractors, if you will, whether it's the bookkeeping side of things, the administrative assistants. But Dr. Carr has facilitated all of that.
Okay, very cool.
It started out with just him and the board, and then we're like, we're going to need some X, Y, and Z, some legal help, and he has helped facilitate all of that. And now we've got all these different people in line. And one thing that he has done is tried to use a software. I think software. I'm not sure. Again, I'm getting old, so I'm not real tech savvy on this stuff. But it's called Asana.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
I understand the whole idea behind it. It helps build that roadmap for what we did this year.
Yes.
And have everybody come together as a collaborative team. Some of us folks that might be over the age of 50 are having some struggles in understanding how to operate that. But in doing so, he's got that roadmap built for next year. And we are literally already, we have a meeting scheduled. This young man is on top of it. We have a meeting scheduled Monday as a debrief for the conference. He has a Google document set up where we can just click on it and add in any complaints, any concerns, anything in real time that happens throughout the conference. Very and it all just gets compiled.
Nice, yeah.
You know how you go throughout your day and you're like, I'm going to remember to do that. You
never do.
But he his role is like trying to herd a bunch of kindergartners, to get them to go out to recess and then come back into class.
I love it.
It's
quite the task.
I commend him.
I love it
for having all of that. So, and then on top of that, he's newly married and new house and new job and So it's
some people. I just look at them and I'm like, how are they doing?
Yeah. 100%.
And I can tell you, I don't think anybody's looking at me and saying that. They're like, oh goodness.
Yeah, and there too. I think he and I told him this the other day in a conversation that we had is, you're in a job for so long, which I've been in my position for a very long time. I don't want to say it becomes easy, but it becomes less challenging, and you've got a great team around you. And it's not that you lose interest, but me being involved with OTF at this level and taking on this challenge has reinvigorated my desire to really focus on the career and what I can give back. And so, yes, it's been fun. It's been challenging as heck, but it's been fun. And he's a huge part of that. And we hope to keep that vigor going.
And that really has become a theme of our conversations here today is just how, being a part of a group like OTF or any industry, association really not only gets you connected, you get a great network, you get this whole new toolkit of resources, but it also, you can bring back those perspectives, those conversations, those learnings, and apply it to the job at hand. Right. And what might look like, extra time and time away from the task that needs to be done, it really ends up being something that fuels that fire in order to do so.
100%. And that's, you see so many people in the industry that get that burnout.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of great professionals that have changed their career path a little bit, stayed in the industry, and because they've had that burnout. But man, I've never really had that burnout. I love what I do. I love the agency that I work for. But man, this is just something new and something cool, and we just kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like the high school football team.
Yep.
And we're heading to the state championships today, and
I love it.
And hopefully by Friday we're going to be bruised and beat up, but we have won the game, and
I love that analogy.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're shooting for. So.
And I'd asked Ryan that, what does it look like for you at the end of this week? Is it a deep sigh of relief that it's over? Is it, looking introspectively and what has this year been, or is it really like, okay, heck yeah, now I get to do this, that, and that, and the next. We're on to the next.
Man, yeah, it's going to be a deep sigh of relief. But I really think the deep sigh of relief for me kind of came yesterday.
Okay.
When we got here. Maybe it's because it started and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
And I've told, and trust me, there's been some behind the scenes challenges.
Of course,
we forgot a few things here, and I've told everybody that's been around me is we're all going to make mistakes. We're going to miss a few things, and that's not what we need to focus on. It's how we react to them.
Yeah.
And we run tournaments in my normal job, and day to day, big facilities, and thousands of people show up. So I'm used to that, and I'm more focused on how do we put out fires? How do we fix those problems without anybody else knowing and go about it? So, yeah, when we started, there was a huge sigh of relief. There's going to be a gigantic sigh of relief tomorrow afternoon when I jump in the truck and head north.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you what, I'm super proud of the entire group that's done everything, and big smile on my face. So.
I love it. Well, and you said your normal job just there, and I would call it anything from normal because we came out and spent a day with you last summer, right before your Memorial Day tournament, and just all the moving pieces that, you were showing us that were going to take place. And then also, physically having to actually do all those things. And I'll just say the biggest thing that stood out to us was just the crew that you had, like, not only, the way they respect what the task at hand was, and you as a boss, and what you hope for them as a crew, but just the way that they were like this well-oiled machine, all working on specific tasks, but somehow it was all making this beautiful like symphony together. It was a really cool thing to witness.
Thank you. It's I'm very fortunate, and I don't give enough credit to my team. And that has evolved over the years, and they have come to me and asked for more responsibility, and I've slowly given a little bit to them.
Yeah.
And I have kind of related what we're doing here this week and over the last year with OTF to my staff. We're all working together. We've known each other as OTF members for a long time, but we've never really had to trust one another to make sure something's getting done like I do. I trust my assistant to run the day-to-day. He and I communicate all the time, just in passing or in emails or whatever. How he manages what my plan moving forward is, or the certain details, I'm not sure, but he does a great job. Everything gets covered. And maybe from Tyler Carr's perspective and everybody else, and we just had literally an oh crap moment 30 minutes ago.
Yep.
We're like, did somebody order the kegs? Because we have kegs out on the showroom floors.
Nice.
And we're like, well, I thought this person did it. And yeah, well, did he? And going through this process with these new people, you're like, it's not that you don't trust them, but everybody's always so second guessing just to make sure. But I think that's what makes us a winning team too.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm focused on the trade show, I'm not really so much food and beverage. I'm thinking about some of the food and beverage just to make sure that everything's in line. So we've got some overlapping anxieties amongst all of us. And I think once we get through the 1 year, you start to trust everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just like my team. They're back in Sylvania, working on a very important holiday event.
Do you guys do the lights? Is that?
We do. It's called Children's Wonderland.
Okay. Yes, I remember you telling me about this.
Yes, and we have a 27,000 square foot indoor turf field with a full basketball court in there as well, and that's our winter indoor athletics. And then we convert that to a Christmas walk-through, wall-to-wall lights.
So cool.
And I went to it when I was a child.
So cool.
It started back in the 60s, and now we own it and operate it. And that's why my team can't come down. They're so focused on that. But you just trust those people around you.
Yeah.
But it does take a little bit of time to trust those that are working around you. And it's just great to see these guys come together as a team. And we've got gals that are helping out as well. And yeah, I think that's why we have those individuals on our boards, because they're so good at surrounding themselves with good people, making sure that things are in place, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and then having each other's backs.
Yeah.
When one person falls, the other guy picks them up, and we both keep going. And it's been fun working. Andrew Northheim and I are in charge of the trade show. And,
okay, nice.
And some sponsorship stuff, and we've been able to work through any challenges that have come up. So.
Well, and what do you guys got? Anything cool that you came up with for the trade show? It's very selfishly seeking this information because we're always like, how do we keep it fresh?
Yeah, well, that's a great segue, because one of the topics that we've had is the show may have become just a little bit stagnant, same thing over and over, and that has been reflected. We changed the dates, we've changed the schedule a little bit this year, and we had people showing up on the date and time that they would have showed up last year, but this year we changed the schedule, and they're just so used to. And one gentleman told me this. He's like, I'm just so used to getting up on Tuesday morning and heading straight here, and here I am, and nothing's going on.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've changed a lot of stuff up, but one of the big things, not to give too much away, but the financial impact, the expense and the income from this conference and the trade show has such a huge impact on the overall foundation that we are really focused on the financial side.
Yeah.
We want to make it affordable for not only our members to come, but for the exhibitors and our partners to come. This facility itself is not cheap.
Yeah.
And of course, you have to pass some of that on to our users. But by shortening things, looking for different ways, non-traditional ways of gaining income to help offset some of the expenses. So in the long run, we can hopefully lower registration costs as well as lower the trade show costs for our exhibitors. That's the long-term goal. And then beyond that, give back to Ohio State, give back to the students. This year, and I'm not sure if Mr. President Margraf, we joke with him, if he mentioned OTF has given out $29,000 in scholarships. That's a huge number.
Yeah.
But we want to make that bigger.
Yeah, very cool.
And that's going to help support our industry moving forward. We want to be able to give back to the Ohio State University, to the research, so that they can give us as practitioners what we can use in the field on a day-to-day basis to do the job better. And that's the overall goal of the foundation. And I think everybody's got their eye on those prizes. So with Andrew and I in the trade show, you may find a few new booths in there that might have a keg or two in them, and they are.
So someone did order the kegs.
That was going to be my question. You left us hanging. Are the kegs here or not?
The kegs are here. So we did confirm that the kegs are going to be here.
Okay.
And please stop by our booth. Medina Turf Farm is our presenting sponsor. Stop by their booth, and they have a keg there, and we've got also a couple kegs scattered around. I think Brandt is another one of our keg sponsors. Stop by their booth, but hit everybody out there. I know Pioneer has a booth out there.
Yeah.
And
The keg is a great idea.
it's it's one of those things. Let's be honest. Alcohol drives our industry. It's not gasoline or diesel or fertilizer. It's alcohol.
When you said when I thought there might not be kegs here, I thought of that scene from the old movie Airplane when they say we're out of coffee, and then that's when everyone freaks out instead of when they're like,
absolutely. This is as much a social event as it is a professional event, and that kind of goes back to all the contacts I've made, all these people that I now call friends.
Yeah.
I've known James for all my
Man, 2 shout-outs
career.
in one episode. Oh.
Yeah, I'm telling you that that's how close we all are.
I love it.
And it's almost like you see your best friend from high school, or at least for me.
Yeah.
You see your best friend from high school, you haven't seen him for so long, but you just jump right back into
Yeah.
it. Same thing with all these folks that come here, and
I love it.
every year I make more and more acquaintances, and the networking side of this is just priceless.
That's something interesting about this industry. That you hear that a lot, either the national shows or regional shows. There's a lot of camaraderie, and I don't know if that's unique to our industry or
I think
or
so,
just
for
general.
sure.
I don't know if it's the personalities or what, but it's always great to hear.
Yeah. And it's the perfect elevator pitch for why people should get involved, for sure.
Don't be shy. Again, I go back to when I first came, I was scared to talk to anybody because I felt about this tall. And Mr. Ryan DeMay, I still feel this small standing next to that guy just because.
He's tiny.
Well, his knowledge, and he used the word matriculate. And I've been giving him a bunch of crap about this last couple
He
of days.
freaking would.
I'm like, what? I literally in the middle of a meeting, I said, I don't know what matriculate means. You gotta tell me what this means. there's so many people in this industry that you can learn so much from. Don't be afraid to ask. And we are all dirt farmers.
I love it.
When it comes down to it.
Yeah.
And nobody's better than anybody else. And that's what's super cool about it.
I love it.
Is that your next?
Our next, potentially our next victim.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure. And like I said, the perfect elevator pitch for why people should, get involved and be crazy just like you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man.
I can sense some relaxation in your future.
I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed. Well, the kegs are going out here shortly, so there's
really
a
relaxing.
little more relaxing. But yeah, thank you both. Thank you to Pioneer. And,
Of course. And yes, thank you for making it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to help out anytime.
Wonderful.
Take care.